Mrs. Piggy Misses is going down to the dresses with 66 bottles of fizz and 7 tubs of cheese whiz. How she carries this is none of my business. This lady's some kind of a mystery packing genius. My sis can't even believe it, and she's busy making a pop can sizzle without bursting. Couldn't figure it out. It puzzles me. Ends up in my face, and I'm left thirsty. I felt assuredly ridiculous, useless, and empty that night, so I sat down and watched 7 disheveled sailors sail all the way to Sacramento back. Sat tight, saw 7 like the twist at the end of it, then waited with pizza for my sister's message on what she discovered about Mrs. Piggy Misses' secret of balancing skills so I could get lessons.
Bunny Boy Hawk and I took down a street light, lost 2 good shirts to the dampness of the starry night, found a half-broken flashlight, flashed 2 flashes fast right, fast left, fast flight, broken bike, screws loose, fixing down the docks right, my flues and bones are wrought tight. Needless to say, Bunny Boy Hawk Knight learned his lesson that night that playing in the dark with ghouls without some lamplights is sure road to losing his shit to fright, aight?
Bunny Boy Hawk Knight saw a pair of scissors, walked around town with them and with his pet lizard, played some accordion on which he always sizzles, gives the jitters. Well, it figures, Bunny is a lonesome boy who practiced at his sitters, devoted all his time to learning things they didn't teach at Miller's, and it paid off quite a bit, although he got some blisters as he went through the rigors, because that day with those pair of scissors in town, Bunny Boy Hawk Knight learned that you need to cut off those who don't appreciate your innards.
Bunny Boy Hawk Knight stole his uncle's cleats, but little did he know that his uncle was not in Leeds, so he walked with these cleats to get his mom some beets, which she needed for the feast. And as he hurried to the market playing his favorite beats, he saw some pink and purple treats and was compelled to retreat from the mission he was on to get those beets. And so he went to greet the salesman with the great treat meat truck and bought himself some Pete's Reeds, a kind of delicacy that Hawk Knight was happy to complete. But as he came home, he saw his uncle's sweet and was reminded that he'd forgotten to buy his mom her beets, and that night there was no feast, only a defeat, as Bunny Boy Hawk Knight learned to make sure to never steal cleats, or if it's an emergency, then make sure Sweet is indeed in Leeds, and be in a proper rush to avoid those undeniable treats.
The chalky kid walked inside his darkly lit apartment, made some harsh coffee that he barfed up later because he didn't know how to make it right. Should have learned to do it while he could barely talk, but just after learning to walk, not later, now he has to balk it because he spent his time playing his rock music. Poor kid.
I saw Mr. Gibby of the tar pit distributing all the shit to giddy teenagers, and then he split. What the fuck kind of shit was he giving him? I checked it out and saw it lit up, happy faces all around, so I didn't worry. I decided to admit that I was unfit to judge this kid and that his shit could be permitted.